Okay, here we are back at the top of the machine. I'm going to show you now how to wind a bobbin. This machine has little clear plastic bobbins. Here you can see a whole collection I have. This is just another fun tool that I have that stores your bobbins. They just snap right into here. So as your collection of thread grows and the projects that you're doing, you're going to have a bobbin wound for every color thread you have. So as you're sewing, your top thread and your bobbin thread will match. So for this machine, it has a bobbin winder on this side right here. So the bobbin itself just snaps right on there. Your thread is sitting on the thread spool. The diagram is on the top of this machine like I mentioned before. You'll come around this way for this particular one, and this little knob right here is what's used to wind the bobbin, and this one right here is what it slides through to go down and thread the machine. But this one right here is what we're going to wrap around for this step. So you take your thread, and this one it comes around from the front right underneath. It crisscrosses over the top of it. So you have your first thread going right here, and then the second side of it crosses back over and then here to the bobbin, and then you will just wind it around the bobbin a few times. And then there's a guide right here on the side, and you just slide it right down in there. And then to actually just thread and wind the bobbin, you just push this on. It locks into place against this guide right here, and then you'll push the foot pedal. Once you push the foot pedal, it'll engage and start winding the bobbin. This little guide right here can sense the depth of the thread, so once the thread is wound around this certain amount, it'll pop open and stop winding. But you just push the pedal the whole time, just like this. Okay, so you can see right there that this one now it slows down and it stops winding because it's full. So you just pop it open. Sometimes it'll pop open automatically on this machine. You just push it off, and then you'll pull the bobbin right off and just cut the thread, and then your bobbin is wound and ready to be installed in the lower part of the machine. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you a little bit closer look at the bobbin. So the bobbin is sitting right inside this little case. This pops open. The bobbin is sitting right here. It's really easy to insert the bobbin on this machine, and this one has a small little diagram too. It's kind of hard to see on here, but shows you that the thread actually needs to unwind in a certain direction. So you look at the diagram, you can see the bobbin needs to go in like that. The thread needs to come out this way from the bobbin, and then it hooks around this tiny little hook in here, and it comes back through this whole groove. So there's a groove right here, and there's actually a little blade right here, and that will cut the thread. The thread is cut off, and then you'll just take this and you simply insert the cover back over, snap it on, and then when you start sewing, it will grab the bobbin thread and the two will sew together. Okay, now this is a different type of machine that has the bobbin that sits underneath the bottom. So you have the top loading that I already showed you, and then there's this side that loads from underneath. And these bobbins will sit inside a little case. The case comes with the machine, and the bobbin is sitting inside it. So for this one, once your bobbin is wound and you put it in the case, it has a little guide that the thread will wind through, and you just kind of click it in place. And then it has this little lever right here that you pull out, and when you're holding this out like this, the bobbin's locked in there and it won't fall out. So if you turn it over, shake, the bobbin is in there. So you pull this lever out like this, and then this sits right down inside here. There's a hole, and then there's a little placement in there for that little handle, and it fits right in there. This one has a little cutter on the side that you pull the thread through, and then the bobbin's in there. The bobbin's threaded, and you can see if I hold this top thread and just guide that down, it's going to loop around there and then pulls the bobbin thread right out the top. So I have the bobbin thread and the upper thread both on here. And this one right now, the foot is not sitting on here, just the needle.